into towers. Is there any 15 pop build orders? Yes, but nothing that actually works. 15 pop build orders are like not something that would work in an actual game.
نعم بناء
You can do them with like Mongols, but like you will not be able to produce any of the units that you would want to kill your opponent with. So this one is going to be Manatam Towers. Again, it's going to be pretty similar in terms of the opening, where you start off with the 21 population Manatam build order, but the follow-up will be with towers instead of with archers.
مستعدة باحثة عن الطعام نعم صحيح مستعدة سأفعل نعم باحثة عن الطعام مستعدة
6 on sheep in the opening.
أمر باحثة عن الطعام نعم بناءة
4 on the board after that. Most of the build orders will start off with the same sort of structure in the opening, but then it will start becoming like more different once the game keeps going to the next stages of the game. Once I have 4 on board, the next villager goes to the boar.
نعم مستعدة عن الطعام
And once I find all of my sheep, I'm going to go to push my deer.
نعم باحثة عن الطعام نعم باحثة نعم صحيح أمر بناءة نعم مستعدة سأفعل نعم صحيح مستعدة صيادة أمر
Now I need 8 on boar, making the 2 houses again. Anytime before hitting the feudal age. Basically, once you're done with your scouting, you should be pushing deer.
مستعدة أمر بناءة
صياد مستعد صياد نعم صياد صياد
نعم صيادة
Again, just gonna be pushing at least a minimum of 2 deers.
صياد
نعم مستعدة صيادة أمر صيادة مستعدة أفعل أمر صيادة
مستعد صياد
نعم أمر صيادة مستعدة أمر
Once I have 21 population, I'm gonna already start making my barracks. I mean, I'm gonna click up at 21, so the 19 population I should already be starting my barracks.
مستعدة
The last project can go to food and then to wood. I mean to gold. Okay, I can't donate much, but it's fine, you don't have to.
أمر نعم باحثة عن مستعدة صيادة
أهلا صياد ألو نعم أمر
And
صياد
I will have enough resources to click up.
أمر بناءة
أهلا. ألو. باحث عن الطعام.
مستعدة عن بناءة باحثة.
And once I'm up, I'm gonna start adding militia while I'm going up to the next stage.
باحث عن الطعام.
Redistribute the villages to the sheep once my boar is over. I'm going to wait for a little bit before I move out with my villages to the
نعم باحثة عن الطعام.
my opponent's base.
أمر.
نعم.
نعم. مستعدة.
ألو. مستعد.
What is the optimal ratio of wood to play archers full aggressive? 10 with wood upgrade. If you have 10 villages with wood upgrade, you don't need more than that. If you're constantly making like pretty aggressive. Usually I find my deer late when pushing them. I find myself taking bows later. Yeah, the problem with this is like that's not designed for what build orders that I'm showing you are not designed for beginners who are starting out with the game. Like you will have to have like a every build that I'm showing can be cut down by one you can add one more villager to every build I'm doing and have like the same success rate with it, but it will just be easier for you in terms of the execution. So once I'm up, I'm going to drop a tower, and once I'm up over here as well, I'm gonna send more villages to the berries and add like 4 villages to the stone.
مستعد. بناء.
مستعدة.
Remove the villages from the gold and send them the wood.
أهلا. أمر. بناء.
Wall off my tower and use my mana terms and towers. 6 on berries, that's all I need. 4 on the stone, which will let me have more towers soon. Why do we send 4 on stone a little bit later than usual rather than sending them immediately? Is because you want to assess if your first few towers are going to do damage or not. That is why we delay our second tower a little bit after the first one is up. And once they are up, you can start adding farms.
ألو. صحيح. ألو. أمر. مستعد.
So 4 on stone, 4 villages forward, 3 militia and villages. You can start adding more villages to
نعم.
tower up your opponent's base
أمر.
now.
نعم. بناء. مستعد. أهلا.
And just make like walls before you make the tower so that they can't use their villages to rush it down. Sometimes they like to really send all of their villages to try to make sure that your tower doesn't go up. So you can wall off your like see if you wall it off, the villagers can't really jump on the villages immediately. And now I'm just gonna be keeping constant farm production. The 6 on the berries are going to be enough for a little bit, but not forever. To constantly make villages. I need at least 6 villages on farms before I decide to redistribute the rest of my villages to other resources.
بناء.
أمر. بناءة.
So I have 6 on wood with the wood upgrade
أمر. خطابة.
and 6 farms. Once I have 6 farms,
بناء.
is Manatam Tower better now with the KOTD Arabian house nerfs? Yes, it's pretty good now.
أهلا. بناء.
If you can pull this off, you're gonna have like a lot of success in your ladder games.
Crusaders are attacking our trade route.
And I'm gonna start adding more to gold already.
مستعد. صحيح.
You can keep adding towers in chain in order to protect themselves, or use Manatams as the bodyguard of the villages to send them out on the map and keep harassing your opponent.
عامل منجم. أمر.
So I'm going to tower the berries, so I'm just gonna make my tower here and making sure that with my Manatams I'm protecting my villages. Manatams are really important to keep alive so that your towers keep going up. Is this suitable for any civilization? Yes, this is like doable with pretty much every civilization in the game.
نعم. حطاب.
Once I have 6 farms, I'm also going to start adding a blacksmith. Blacksmith is pretty important for your towers so that you can get the fletching upgrade to increase the range and attack of the towers.
أمر. صحيح.
I only sent 4 villages forward because if you garrison a tower, you get like 4 extra arrows out of it.
أهلا.
And now
ألو.
I'm going to send once I have 6 farms, 6 on berries, and then I also have 6 on wood. I'm going to add 2 more to wood
سأفعل.
so that I have a total of 8.
أمر. نعم.
It's gonna keep making towers to deny your opponent's stuff. Just deny like the opponent's resources with your towers. and I have 8 on
نعم
8 on
بناء باحثة عن
the wood.
أمر
You can start adding defensive towers in your base as well against your opponents as well. This is Premier Arabia Strategy 2000. Yeah, exactly. This is like old meta that I'm like showing you guys
أمر
right now.
نعم حطابة
And once I have the market, I'm just going to be buying my resources up to the next stage. Hey, what's up?
أمر بناء حطابة
That's why I did not make a lot of farms. Since we don't spend a lot of food on anything other than manatams, I can just use the resources to buy my way up to the next stage. Of course, I'm playing Saracens. I'm getting a lot of discounts by using market to go up to the next stage. But like with other civilizations as well, you can just like use the market to click up to the next stage. And this will let me click up to the next stage.
أمر
And
مستحسن بناء
I should have enough resources if I garrison my villages, and yeah, voila. Like I'm already up to the castle age by before minute 20 with this one.
بناءة
بناء
أمر بناءة
Add a second lumber camp, and now it's up to you. These forward villages can keep towering your opponent's resources, or you can put them to work by adding like a mining camp on the stone, or on the like make a lumber camp on the wood. Whatever resource that you need. If you can't do more towers or you can't do any more damage, you just keep like using those villages and not letting them go idle.
نعم
And now I'm going to be just buying up a little bit of wood so that I can make a stable, and I can follow this up with like a night rush and boom behind it and everything. Just gonna sell all my stone and I'm gonna trade it for wood,
مستعد
just like balancing my resources however I see fit.
أمر عامل منجم عامل منجم أهلا
Gonna keep 2 on stone. Just make whenever you're trushing your opponent, the most important thing to remember is keeping your manatams alive. If your manatams are alive, they can't touch your villages properly, and you can keep towering them forever. Getting armor and bloodline on my way up to the castle age, and getting the gold mining upgrade as well, replacing my wood line.
حسنا عامل منجم عامل
Only need 10 on wood.
عاملة منجم
Rest can go on gold, and double stable. And why not make stable near your enemy base? It's better to have your production buildings in your base as a defensive measure. If my opponent is attacking me, it's better to have the stables in my base protecting my stuff.
نعم بناء بناء بناء
I'm just gonna keep adding farms. You can start booming as well. It's not necessary to make knights and like try to kill your opponent. You can start adding like economy behind this as well. Like I'm usually I'm just selling my resources to make sure I'm making knights, but that is like one way of playing the game. You can start adding like more economy as well. But since we are going for the aggression, you can add like a siege workshop forward
أمر نعم سأفعل بناء
and make like siege and monastery and monks and siege to with the combination of knights to kill your opponent.
نعم حطابة
مستعد
مستعدة
بناء أهلا
Just gonna replace my wood line and everything,
حطاب حطاب
بناءة أمر
replacing most of my farms. Just gonna make like mangonels, scorpions against like spearmen if my opponent is making spears. Whatever like siege unit you want, you can make it, and then to heal up your knights, you can add like a monastery as well. So it like basically depends from this point on how you would want to do your play your game. Instead of adding a siege workshop, I could have added a town center over here, a town center on my gold, and started booming with 3TC while playing with knights. It basically depends on how much damage you have already done and what is the follow-up and what do you want to do in the particular matchup. It all depends on what the situation of the game is for you. So this concludes the Manatam Tower build order as well.